Good evening, everyone, and welcome to my presentation. First of all, let me thank you all for your attention. Let me introduce myself. I am Christina from Stifar Yayasan Farmasi Semarang. In my presentation, I would like to report on my research about potency as photoprotective, antioxidant, and anti-inflammatory of flavonoid isolate from okra with Abemuscus esculentus. My team, I am Christina Astutiningsih, Berni Setiawati, Ali Rahmat, and Fadia Nilna Milna. I've divided my presentation into 5 main parts. My first point concerns about my background research. The wavelength of sunlight range from ultraviolet light through the infrared light to visible light. The most helpful to the skin. The 95% of UVE solar radiation can reach the Earth because UVA wavelengths are longer than UVB and UVC, but UV radiation is light that can be absorbed by the ozone layer. The presence of reactive species or ROS, such superoxide anion, hydrogen peroxide, and hydroxyl radical is induced by UVB light exposure. It is the ROS that are responsible for damaging epidermal structure, including DNA, RNA, lipid, and protein. Furthermore, UVB exposure can lead to local inflammation in the skin, which can either promote or inhibit immunosuppression. Prolonged exposure to an inflammatory environment significantly increase the risk of skin cancer and metastasis as indicated. The skin can be protected from UV radiation by using sunscreen. When selected a sunscreen, it's essential to choose one that also possesses antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties, enabling it to synergistically protect the skin. Quantitative parameters used to measure the sunscreen ability to delay erythema include the sun protection factor. However, sunscreen contain active chemical ingredient might have undesirable effect on the skin, such as inflammation, infection, hypersensitivity, and even on increased risk of the skin cancer. Therefore, it's crucial to explore sunscreen options derived from natural ingredients to mitigate the potential side effects associated with chemical sunscreen. Phenolic compounds are typical natural compounds that possess chromophore groups and exhibit potential as food, sunscreen, and antioxidants. These phytochemical substances possess the capability to prevent molecular damage by squintering and endeavoring to eliminate reactive oxygen species generated by biological systems, pollution, inhalation, and medication. The okra fluid contains a high concentration of this phenolic chemical. Examination to ethyl acetate fraction from the okra fluid revealed flavonoid and the other phenol content level 126 mg at 1 gram and 2051 mg at 1 gram, respectively, along with an IC40 value 40 part per million. The ethyl acetate fraction exhibit natural sunscreen properties, making it beneficial for sun protect. That fact, the SPF value exists 30 at 400 part per million demonstrate its exceptionally high protective capability. Method on my research. My research began with extraction and fractionation, then continue separation with TLC preparation, and isolate with recrystallization method. Isolate as test by purity by melting point, multi-element TLC test, spectral test with UV phase spectrophotometer UV phase, FTIR spectrophotometer, and LCMS. Determination of total flavonoid with TLC densitometry. UV protection ability test using UV spectrophotometer, antioxidant activity test with ABTS method with UV spectrophotometer, and finally anti-inflammation activity test with BSA method with UV spectrophotometer. Result and discussion masih riset. The yield of secondary metabolic chemical that be extracted and is affected by solvent and extractive technique employed. The three types of fractionation were subsequently used to identify flavonoid compound through chemical reaction and TLC, and the result are present in Table 1. The compound were characteristic using melting point determination test. The flavonoid isolate begin melt at a temperature 307 Celsius and completely melt at 309 Celsius. Identification was also performed using the TLC method with multiple eluent. As the result, its eluent produced a single stain as so figure 2. Interpretation as compound of flavonoid group is supported by spectral pattern almost identical that the flavonol with band 1 at wavelength 349 and band 2 at 253. Figure 3 display two UVB spectrum of the flavonoid compound, one ochre fluid and spectra of FTIR spectrophotometer. Here, the result of the analysis, the function group of flavonoid, isolate of ochre fluid, and comparison with standard quercetin indicated that the isolate contains several function groups that lead flavonoid compound vibration on phenol, aryl ketone, aromatic bond, phenol, alcohol, aromatic, and aliphatic. Identification result using LCMS revealed that the compound within the ethyl acetate fraction were predominantly those with molecular weight 302, accounting for 63% of total with retention time 5. Additional compound with molecular weight 3003 constituent 36% of total with retention time 16. These two compounds appear though identical due to their very small molecular weight difference, suggesting that they are the same compounds. The result of determining the level, it is known that average level of ochre with flavonoid isolate 229 milligram. The SPF value of isolate at concentration of 100 part per million shown the increased comparison the control. The isolate flavonoid demonstrated medium level protection against UVB rays at a concentration 100 as indicated by SPF rating 15, falling into the medium protective category. The result of antioxidant testing UV ATBS technique was IC50 quercetin standard was 19 part per million and isolate flavonoid was 25 part per million. The interaction between reactive oxygen species or host and mast cell in the dermis can trigger the release inflammatory mediator. Therefore, in this study, the test for anti-inflammatory activity against ocrevite flavonoid isolate was continued. Anti-inflammatory activity test was conducted using bovine serum albumin by observing the inhibitory effect on protein denaturation. BSA measurements were performed to reduce or eliminate the use of live specimen in the drug development process. Compounds that exhibit more than 20% exhibition of protein denaturation are considered the possess anti-inflammatory activity. The test result, the diclofenac sodium as a positive control and the flavonoid isolate result, the diclofenac sodium suppressed protein denaturation by 45% at concentration on 10 part per million. The isolate increased can protein denaturation inhibition 40% at concentration 40 part per million. Conclusion, this research is that the flavonoid isolate from ocrevite exhibits photoprotective activity with SPF value 15 falling into the medium category with a similar commercial sun cream. Additionally, the flavonoid isolate from ocrevite demonstrates very strong antioxidant activity. Furthermore, this when tested at a concentration 40 part per million, the flavonoid isolate exhibited as an inhibition activity of 50% against inflammatory. The end. Thank you for your attention.